Thank you, Lacey. Back to the breaking news we first told you about in the last half hour. Britain's Prime Minister David Cameron says he is set to resign by Wednesday. In June, he announced that he would be stepping down after Britain's vote to leave the European Union. It was commonly called Brexit. Cameron opposed that move. And now we're learning more about Theresa May, who is expected to be the next prime minister and conservative leader. She's currently the Home Secretary in charge of police, counterterrorism, and border controls. She'll be Britain's second female prime minister following Margaret Thatcher. Cameron says May will have his full support. The other candidate dropped out of that race today. And this morning, President Obama is set to be briefed on the investigation into the deadly shooting of 5 police officers in Dallas. He returned from his overseas trip one day early. Tomorrow, he travels to an interfaith memorial service for the victims, and he will try to help the nation heal once again following a mass shooting. But he's also balancing the call for justice from the Black Lives Matter protesters.
I think that the overwhelming majority of people who are involved in the Black Lives Matter movement, what they really want to see is a better relationship between the police and the community.
Over the weekend, more protests erupted in Minnesota and Louisiana, where black men were recently killed by police. Those shootings are what had initially triggered the rally in Dallas, where the officers were gunned down. Meanwhile, that city's police chief says the gunman, Micah Johnson, had sinister motives for his murder spree.
Based on evidence of bomb-making materials and a journal that this suspect had been practicing explosive detonations, and that the materials was such that it was large enough to have devastating effects throughout our city.
The chief also said Johnson was planning a much larger attack targeting officers, and that he wrote the letters RB in his own blood on the walls of the parking garage where SWAT teams cornered him. Police are still trying to figure out exactly what that means, and we heard just a bit ago they've got hours and hours of body cam footage from police officers and even their patrol cars and businesses to go through, all part of this ongoing investigation. Let's get it back out to Dan and Steve. You guys over at Kapi'olani Medical Center, we've had some pretty significant bursts over there at the hospital.
Yes, we have throughout the years. I mean, it's been a long time